अपने म्यूजिशियंस के साथ, अपनी पूरी टीम के साथ रिकी केज यहाँ आए हैं। हम आपका और आपकी पूरी ही टीम का हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं, अभिनंदन करते हैं, अभिवादन करते हैं। ज़ोरदार तालियों द्वारा रिकी केज का स्वागत करें। A few words about his introduction. Brother Ricky Cage is an Indo-American composer, music producer, and conservationist. In 2015, he won a Grammy at the 57th Annual Grammy Awards for his album Winds of Samsara, a collaboration with South African flautist Wouter Kellerman in the Best New Age Album category. The project, his 14th studio album, had made a debut at #1 on the US Billboard New Age Albums chart in August 2014, a first for a person of Indian origin. तालियां तो बजाइए। तो हम स्वागत करते हैं रिकी केज का और उसकी टीम का। आई होप हम सब बहुत एंजॉय करेंगे उनकी परफॉर्मेंस को और उनका उमंग उत्साह भी बढ़ाएंगे। ओम शांति।
Let's do it. It's the Grammys. Come on. Yeah.
We got to the actual ceremony. Nomination itself had not sunk in entirely, and I remember sitting down at the ceremony, seeing all these celebrities and these musical legends who you've been admiring since your childhood, and that's where the nervousness started actually kicking in, and both Wouter and me became extremely nervous when they actually announced, and the nominees are
Ricky Cage and Wouter Kellerman.
And the Grammy goes to Winds of Samsara.
The name of the album was announced. It was just a surreal experience getting up and walking up to the stage and actually making the acceptance speech.
I'd like to thank the Recording Academy and USA in general, because it's only in America that an Indian and a South African can receive the biggest music award. Asatoma Satgamaya Om Shanti 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 Om. Thank you. After I won the Grammy Award, I decided to dedicate my life and my music to my true passion of environmental consciousness.
Climate change is absolutely real. Climate change is human-induced. Climate change is affecting all of us, and our actions are affecting countries on the other side of the world.
We are not doing enough to protect rivers around the world, and I wanted to use the Ganga as an example. Suma Rani on sitar.
ईशावास्यम् इदं सर्वम् ॐ ईशावास्यम् इदं सर्वम् यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीताः मा घृतः कस्य स्विद्धनम्
Thank you. Namaste, everyone. I know it's after dinner. You can be a little louder. Namaste, everyone. Om Shanti, everyone. Wonderful. Thank you so much for giving me this amazing opportunity to perform in front of you. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to perform in front of the Brahma Kumaris. A big round of applause to all of you. Come on. Thank you, Mala Maples, for making this happen. Thank you, Sister Jenna. Thank you so much. Brother Mrityunjaya and Sister Shweka, thank you so much. And of course, Brother Ravi. All of you guys are absolutely amazing. Your entire team is superb. Now, as mentioned in the introduction, my name is Ricky. I am a musician. I am an environmentalist. Two things that have pretty much dictated everything I've done in my whole life. And after winning the Grammy Award in 2015, through the advice and through inspiration from our Prime Minister of India, I decided to dedicate my life and my music entirely to environmental consciousness and raising awareness to climate change. Thank you. So I went ahead and I made an album called Shanti Samsara. Y'all are familiar with the word Shanti, obviously. But I made an album called Shanti Samsara, which featured over 500 musicians from 40 countries. I've been performing this album all over the world, and today I get the amazing opportunity to perform this album in front of you. Now, okay, you don't need to keep clapping for everything, but I'm very grateful to you. Thank you so much. But thank you so much. And from that album, I'm going to be playing you a song which is dedicated to water. Now, water is a natural resource that people do not seem to take seriously. As all of us know, that civilizations have been born along the banks of rivers. And civilizations have at times perished because rivers have dried up. So I'm going to say this in my broken up Hindi, but हम सबको पता है कि water पानी बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है. And civilizations, पानी जीवन देती है, और जब पानी सूख जाती है तो जीवन चली जाती है. तो I'm sorry for my language, but that is what it is. So my next song is dedicated to the great river of Ganga. The Ganga nourishes 1/10 of the world's population. Through this song, follow her journey, where she takes birth in the Himalayas and to where she completes her journey into the Bay of Bengal. Here is our next song. It's called Ganga. Ravichandra Kulur on flute.
भगवति गंगे त्रिभुवन तारिणी तरल तरंगे शंकर मौळे विहारिणि विमले मम मदिरास्तां पद कमले अलकानंदे परमानंदे गुरु करुणामयी कातर वन्द्ये तव तटनिकटे यस्य निवासः खलु वैकुण्ठे तस्य निवासः
How many of you felt a renewed love for the river Ganga after this song? Thank you so much. So as I had mentioned, I did this album called Shanti Samsara. This particular album was launched at the Climate Change Conference in Paris. Now, who among us knows what climate change is? Please raise your hand. That's fantastic. Now, at the Climate Change Conference, one world leader who absolutely caught my attention, one president of a country who really caught my attention was President Anote Tong of the island nation of Kiribati. Now there's an island nation of Kiribati, their president, he went up on stage and he gave a speech and that really caught my attention. What he said was that he appealed to all the countries present over there, he appealed that all you nations present over here, please ensure that my people of Kiribati stay above the water. Now that was a very powerful statement and I hadn't even heard of this country. So I studied about this country Kiribati and I realized that Kiribati is a country of 21 islands, very low-lying islands, and Kiribati is going to be the first country in the world to go completely underwater due to climate change. The whole country, imagine this, the whole country is going to be completely underwater and it is going to completely disappear in the next 30 years. Which means that when we make our maps and our globes of the world, the part where Kiribati is going to have to be painted in blue because that whole country is going to disappear. So I went to this country, I went to Kiribati, I tried to study the effects of climate change over there, and I realized that this is a country that lives within nature. It is a country that does not take more than they can give back. They do not have any industrializations, no pollution, nothing. But then they are low-lying islands, and when the ocean levels rise, when the seas rise, they are going to be the first country in the world to go completely underwater. So if all of our countries like India and America, all of our developing nations and developed nations could build domes around our own countries and keep our carbon emissions and keep our pollution within our own borders, then countries like Kiribati have nothing to worry about. But then the problem is that the whole world has got one atmosphere. And if we pollute the atmosphere, we are not only polluting the atmosphere for India, but we are polluting the atmosphere for the whole world. And because of this, countries like Kiribati is suffering. So here is our next song. Our next song is called Vishwa. It is about ocean levels rising. It is about us being more responsible, not only for ourselves, but for people on the other side of the world. Here is Vishwa.
The science is very clear about climate change. Within the century, our entire nation will be underwater. As in some countries, you have a cyclone, a hurricane. Over time, the land remains there, the water recedes. In our case, it does not. It's a disaster that doesn't go away. Our reality is that we have communities who already have to relocate. They've left their villages. We have communities which are on the verge of doing the same thing. And so, for us, climate change is not something that's likely to happen in the future. It is happening. We are facing it.
Is a place where we can all be free. Can't you see? It's right here, right now. It's not a dream or a distant fantasy. If you only believe, peace will be ours to keep.
I've always referred to our situation as those countries on the front line, because when we fall, there'll be another front line, and that front line will keep moving back until those countries and those people who believe that they will not be affected will eventually be affected, and that is the reality we are facing. I think as human beings, we are being challenged. Should we do something about it? I believe, yes. Everybody has the responsibility to do it. Because the question that we continue to ask ourselves, what is to become of our children? How will they continue to live without that link with the land and the spirits therein?
So all those children that you saw in that video, all those children, if you can only imagine, these children will not have the opportunity to grow up in their own country. They will not have the opportunity to grow up in their own country because very soon they are going to become refugees of a new kind, and that is called climate refugees. Now, we cannot do anything about Kiribati because this country is definitely going underwater in the next 30 years. But what we can do is utilize Kiribati as an example. We can showcase Kiribati as an example that climate change is real, it is happening right now, there are victims of climate change right now, and our actions that we do over here are having disastrous consequences on the other side of the world. Now, what I've observed is that, let's talk about the word coexistence. Coexistence also means a little bit of Shanti, also means coexistence. Now what I've observed is that when we talk about the word coexistence, the only thing that comes to our mind is coexistence between different parts of the human race. That is coexistence between Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Jews, different parts of the human race. Because somewhere along our journey of being humans, we have forgotten that we are not the only species on this planet. We are just one among millions and millions of species on this planet. Now, true coexistence is living in absolute peace and absolute harmony, and this is what the Vedas teach us. That true coexistence is living in absolute peace and absolute harmony with every single entity in this universe, whether that entity is living or non-living. We need to coexist with humans, with animals, with plants, with vegetation, with the water, with the soil, and that's what the Shanti Mantra teaches us. Even Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, whose birthday is tomorrow, Mahatma Gandhi ji also said that there is the divine in every single atom of this universe, whether that atom goes on to building something that is living or non-living. Now, it is within our culture of being Indians to coexist with nature, to revere forests, to love our wildlife. In fact, we love our wildlife and our forests so much that we even pray to our forests and wildlife. And emblematic of that, most precious of that, is the elephant. Who all love an elephant over here? Who all love the elephant here? Come on. But have we been treating this elephant with a lot of respect? So basically, because of growing human population, what is happening is that there is human and elephant conflict, where humans are fighting against elephants. And human and elephant conflict has become so bad that human and elephant conflict has replaced poaching as the #1 cause for elephant deaths in India. Now, when there is a fight between humans and elephants, because humans enter into the forests because they want to build their villages, or they want to build their agricultural lands, or they want to build their schools or hospitals or whatever, or their railway tracks, the elephants cause damage to human property, humans cause loss of life to the elephants. And in these kind of cases, our politicians have got no other option but to capture these elephants and relocate them. Now, but capturing and relocating itself seems like a humane solution. It seems logical because, of course, you're not shooting down the elephant. But this capturing and relocation process of the elephant itself is a very emotionally traumatic experience, not just for the elephants, but for all the humans involved. It's a very, very emotionally traumatic experience, and our next song called Kudrat is going to speak about this traumatic experience of capturing and relocating the elephant. And this song also talks about that the environment is a reflection of ourselves. The damage that we inflict on the environment is damage that will eventually be inflicted on ourselves. And that is the truth, because we are one and the same. We are part of our environment. Here is my next song. It's called Kudrat.
विश्वम् भरमण्डलायानन्दाय नागराजाय नमो नमः।
Chetra on vocals, State Award winner from Karnataka. Muthu on tabla and percussion. Sumarani on sitar. Ravi Chandra Kulur on flute. And Alexis on vocals. Come on. How many of you have heard of the bird, the great Indian hornbill? Come on, anybody? Has anybody seen the film Lion King? Okay, the bird Zazu in Lion King, that is a hornbill. So basically, why I'm speaking about the hornbill? Now the hornbill is an amazing animal. The hornbill has got more humanity than us humans. The hornbill is a monogamous animal, which means that when the hornbill finds a mate, they stay together for the rest of their lives. How many of you feel humans are monogamous? So anyway, that's a debatable question, so I'm not going to get into that. But basically, as I mentioned, when a hornbill meets his or her mate, they stay together for the rest of their lives. So when they find each other, they go house hunting. The two birds, the male and the female bird, they try to find a tree where they can find a hollow within the tree so that they can build their house within that. Once they find the hollow, what they do is that the mother stays inside the house, the father stays outside the house. The mother stays inside the house and she lays her eggs, usually between 2 to 3 eggs. When the eggs hatch and the chicks are born, then what happens is that the mother makes the ultimate sacrifice. What the mother does is that she sheds all of her feathers. She sheds all of her feathers and she uses the feathers to cushion her children and to keep her children warm. And since the mother sheds her feathers, she cannot fly anymore for at least 2 to 3 months till her feathers grow back. So she makes the ultimate sacrifice. While the father travels sometimes 100 miles or 100 kilometers to actually get food for his family. Now in such a situation where the father travels about 100 kilometers to try to get food, if a hunter shoots down the bird, shoots down the father bird, then the hunter not only kills the father, but the hunter also kills the whole family, because the mother and her chicks are waiting for food from the father, but they do not get food, and the mother cannot fly because she shed all her feathers. So she's helpless. The chicks cannot fly because they're too young to fly. So while waiting for the father to bring food, in a couple of days, the mother and her children perish. So that is a really, really sad story, and we should work towards not hunting the great Indian hornbill father, because you're not only hunting the father, but you're killing all his future generations. So hornbills display more humanity than us humans. Don't you think so? Come on, you can be louder with your yes. So here is a song which I co-wrote with Alexis. It's called Pulse, about the great Indian hornbill and dedicated to the great Indian hornbill.
unites souls timeless in time, warriors of the new life, reunited with the mother once again, vessels of light, bridges of wisdom. This is my pulse, this is my prayer. This is my pulse, this is my Compassion is our creed, balance and harmony for all. No more suffering. The spirit of love will heal us all. We speak in action and we sing to speak. We breathe in love and we transcend in silence. This is my pulse, this is my prayer. This is my pulse, this is my prayer. This is my pulse, this is my prayer. This is my pulse, this is my
Thank you. Now we're going to do a quick exercise now. Will you join me in a quick exercise? Will you answer some questions? Okay. Now, when I count to three, I'm going to count to three. When I count to three, all of you shout at the top of your voices as loud as you can. Shout out your surname. That is your family name, your surname. Shout it out as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. So, Gracie, did you get that? Did you hear everyone? Name everybody. Okay, now, when I shout to three, you're going to shout out at the top of your voices the city that you were born. Okay, the city that you were born, you're going to shout out 1, 2, 3. Sister Jenna, did you get that? Name everybody. Okay, now, I'm going to shout out to three. And when I count to three, name the planet that you live on. Name the planet. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Did everybody get that? So we live on one planet. All of us share a common future. Our next song is about this. It is called One Song.
I believe it takes you and me. I don't believe it is we and them. Everybody has a role to play. Let's join our hands. If we pull in together, set a new cause forever. This could be our only chance. Let's try our hands. Let's clean up the dirty ocean. Reignite the devotion. Stop the hope erosion. Come on, everybody. Reach out, let us join hands and sing this world song. Clap your hands. Reach out, let us join hands and sing this one song. Get up and dance if you want to. Let's join hands and sing this world song. Reach out, let us join hands and sing this one song. Reach out, let us join hands and sing this world song. One song, one song, one song. Reach out, let us join hands and sing this world song. Beautiful. One song, one song, one song. Reach out, let us join hands and sing this world song. One song, one song, one song. Reach out, let us join hands and sing this world song.
Thank you. Now, who over here loves our country, India? Come on, raise your hand. Come on, you can be a little more enthusiastic. Shout. What was that? 1, 2, 3, shout. Yeah. So I've always considered myself to be a global citizen because to combat the effects of climate change and of various global problems, one needs to be a global citizen. But at the same time, I am a very patriotic Indian. I never leave home without my India lapel pin. So I am a proud Indian. And in my pride of being an Indian, I decided to create an instrumental version of our national anthem. Now, whenever we create a patriotic song or a version of our national anthem, who usually appears in the videos? The people who appears in the videos are basically celebrities, actors, actresses, politicians, basically different human beings from that country. But every country is more than just human beings. Am I right? So I wanted to showcase the true inhabitants of India. Now, who are the true inhabitants of India? The forests and the wildlife. Because the forests and wildlife have existed in our country long before any humans have ever set foot in this country. So our beauty of our country is defined by our forests and wildlife, and our forests and wildlife have made our country whatever it is. Do you agree with me or not? Yes or no? So let us use our patriotism, let us use our culture, let us use our traditions to protect, to preserve, and to sustain our beautiful country of India. If biodiversity is the measure of the wealth of a nation, then India is the richest country in the world. Come on. Now, if you would all please indulge me, let us all rise for the true citizens of India. Let us all let us all stand up for the true citizens of India. Let us all stand up for the Indian national anthem. And while you all are standing, I want you to repeat after me and shout out as loud as you can, the loudest you ever have. I pledge to protect my planet. You can do better than that for the next line. I will not waste our natural resources. every day I will work hard to make this world a better place for everyone and everything. I will be the change I want to see. Here we have the Indian national anthem dedicated to the true citizens of India, the forests and wildlife. Thank you everyone. Thank you Varsha. Thank you Nikhil Berry. Thank you Nishan. Thank you everyone on stage. Muthu, Chaitra, Sumarani, Alexis, Ravi Chandra Kulur. Thank you everyone and good night. Om Shanti.